Do you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, so what's the criteria? The best setup? Like,
Yeah, so like we said, I think it's we're judging it from a 2v2 or pro battle standpoint,
yeah,
and like an optimal team with optimal avatars and
yeah,
optimal team composition.
yeah. That sounds good. All right, so everyone, this is our interpretation. Our trying to be objective, I guess.
Yep. Well, it's always going to be subjective, but
Yeah,
we'll try our best to give the reasons,
yeah,
and maybe like the viewers can judge for themselves.
yeah.
Okay, Blaine,
So
take it away.
yeah, so let's start with Aduka. You wanna start
Mm.
first?
No, you go ahead.
Okay. So Aduka obviously needs Adumka or Adum. Uh, Aduka alone is pretty weak, but with Adum he's
Hello?
maybe B tier actually. Oh yeah, I would say B tier
B tier?
with Adum.
Uh,
Weak B tier.
yeah, I think I agree with that. There's a lot of maps like the dragon maps that are really bad for him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Maps can
weak B tier.
screw it, but most of the times it can still work, I guess. Yeah, we'll see where he ends up in the in here.
Or didn't you say B tier?
Oh shit! Yeah. Okay, a Doom, pretty much the same. I would say it's a bit stronger, but it's not strong enough for A, obviously.
Yeah. No, I think they need to be considered as a unit,
Yeah,
and I wouldn't really say one is stronger than the other. Like a Doom is the better for charging,
yeah,
but a Duca does more damage, I think, in the end.
yeah. With Thor, I guess a Doom is
Yeah.
better without Thor. I would say.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Like you can S1 for decent damage, but
Yeah.
okay, so we have these getting rid of these first. Okay, that's I think most would agree with this. All right, armor. um, I mean, armor will always be a safe tank. Uh, good damage, easy to shoot, no really weaknesses in terms of maps. So I would say A tier.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Nothing more not much else to add, I think. He's
it's like
all arounder. He's got a strong SS.
yeah, solid,
Yeah.
strong, tanky.
Yep.
Arrow is, I mean, it depends on pro battle or 2 versus 2. I would say in pro battle he's S tier. Uh, I mean, yeah.
I guess you could make that argument, yeah, that he's probably one of the best drops in Pro Battle.
Yeah, because
Um,
Arrow is a tank that like you can literally win a game with the SS hiding in SS.
yeah,
But it also has a lot
but
of
if you have no hiding spot, then
yeah without hiding spots and it's kind of weak, squishy. That's why it's almost not S or it maybe won't shouldn't be S tier.
yeah, I would say A tier still. I think.
Yeah, yeah, A tier. I guess it's not good enough for S tier because it's kind of easy to kill.
Yeah, yeah,
Should we go for A?
yep.
Is it before or after armor? after?
I mean, there.
It depends, I guess.
It's like one is more glass cannon, and the other one is. Yeah, I would probably say, like if you count their SS, they do similar damage, except just that arrow can hide and shoot through walls.
Yeah, that's what scares me.
Yeah.
Okay, they are pretty similar, I think.
Yeah, I think they're pretty similar. We don't really need to
Yeah,
worry too much which one is slightly better or
yeah,
worse.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, S8, squishy. It's a glass cannon and very map dependent. So honestly, I would say it's D tier or something.
D tier?
Yeah,
Did you say D tier?
D.
Okay.
Yeah, D.
Yeah, okay. I could see that. I'm not sure what would go on E tier, but
It could be E
yeah.
as well because it's very map dependent, like very much.
Yeah, I think just put it somewhere for now, and then we'll see later
Yeah,
about the
I mean,
maybe.
I've used it lately, and yeah, the SS is strong and it's kind of strong in some way, but more times than not, it gets screwed by map. Honestly,
Yeah.
I could put it in E tier. Or would you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree. I don't. I'll need to see what we put in C and D for. I'm
Yeah,
not sure
yeah,
if we need so many tiers,
yeah.
but
Because of course,
we can put it in E for now.
yeah, all tanks can be strong in some situations, but we can't think like that, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay, Bill King, the new meta king. Unfortunately. um,
Your baby grew up and became a criminal.
yeah, that's not what I intended to. Um, it's like growing a kid, and it turns out not the way you wanted to be. Um, I mean, I would say it is A tier. A tier.
Yeah,
It
I think I agree. Yeah,
doesn't have
he's
really. Yeah, it lacks in a specific. The only weakness is maybe the limited. What's it called? How it shoots, like the nose,
yeah,
the nozzle.
getting stuck in a hole or something. Yeah.
Yeah, by
I mean, you could also
itself.
say that he doesn't have much damage.
Yeah,
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 he's kind of limited in how he can kill people. Yeah,
yeah. It's like reliable bad damage, but not very high, I guess.
yeah.
But
Not
then,
very high, but also like I would say he might be. Would you say he's better or worse in pro? Because you have so many who can shoot through walls.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't know.
yeah. I mean, it's a scary tank, like to face. You
It
don't.
depends on what you have, I think. Like if you have a blank, you have a knack, or you have a arrow,
Yeah,
it doesn't really scare you that much. But
true. However, you don't want it to get SS alone can like win games. I think.
yeah, yeah. Depending on who you are. If you're somebody who can shoot through walls, then it
Yeah.
doesn't really scare you.
Uh,
Okay.
Overall, though, I think it has too many strong points for not to be B tier or like, or I mean to
Yeah,
not be A tier, right?
yeah. He's also very tanky, right?
Yeah, it's tanky. I mean, you even if you miss, you can still hit. Like,
Yeah.
it's free damage. It's free. Even if the damage is weak, you still hit, sort of.
Mm,
So, do we agree on A tier?
I agree.
Maybe like behind here.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Okay, Bigfoot. That's a. Oh, what the hell did I? Okay. Bigfoot is a tough one. Because it's it kind of can work alone, but it sort of needs a setup, right?
I think it is the setup, isn't it?
Yeah, it is the
It's
setup,
yeah, yeah.
and without something to set up, it can still work. It can bunch alone. It can kind of
Mm,
do
yeah,
damage.
yeah.
But
It's like you would definitely want to play it on a team that needs the holes, right?
mm-hmm.
Or a bunch team with blank. So
Yeah,
I would say, the kind of the main uh like the most common teams with Bigfoot is Bigfoot blank or Bigfoot grub.
yeah,
Is
and
there anything else that
it feels like most maps work with it for some reason,
yeah, yeah, well, it's
except the city maps.
sometimes it's like after if it's a map that's thick, right? Like maybe you make a hole and then afterwards you're kind of just a
Yeah,
weak S2 guy.
true. I mean, mm, it's a hard one. I could put it on C or C tier, honestly,
Yeah, I think so. I would put it C.
because it's strong. It does Thor damage and cloud damage, but I don't know. It's not like super good.
Yeah, yeah, there's map where it's bad as well.
Yeah. So C.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Blank.
Mm.
I would say blank is definitely in the top. Um, it's so versatile. It's very. It can do a lot of things that no other tanks can.
Yeah.
Um, I guess only the maps can screw it and like
Well, I'm
open
not. I'm not
maps.
sure if it's screwed by any map. It's just it's definitely better on some maps than others, but I wouldn't say it's screwed on
Yeah,
any map.
it's almost like it could be S tier, but still not good enough.
Yeah,
Strong A, I would say.
yeah. I
Do you agree?
agree.
I would put it almost like in the front.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, boomer. Um, I mean, it can shoot from anywhere, pretty much.
Mhm.
Uh, it's not super tanky, but what it can do is good enough to put it on. I mean, you probably think S tier, right?
Yeah, I would think S tier, but
It's still
it's.
squishy
I
though.
think the
That's the
gap
main.
has gotten closer after his SS nerf a little bit. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not much, but
yeah.
slightly weaker. But I think still S tier.
Yeah. Is it scarier than these four though, or these three?
Uh, I wouldn't say scarier, no, but I think it's more. What do you say? Like, I think it's just the average power of Boomer is going to be higher than
Yeah.
those guys.
The thing with Boomer is it doesn't really need any setup. It doesn't need any synergy.
Yeah,
It can do. It can work alone.
exactly. Yeah. It can
That's
hide. It can,
yeah. That's
it
true.
can
It can
counter people that are hiding.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. So first S tier.
yeah.
Okay,
And
dark.
also just the SS is so strong.
Yeah, yeah, and shoots through walls,
Shoots through all.
and it can it can bounce as well.
Yeah. That's a
Okay.
secret.
Yeah, no one knows about that. Um, okay, dark rayon. It's a it's a tough one because obviously it's very popular now, but is it strong alone? But we're thinking best combinations. That's what. So
Yeah.
with the BK, of course it's. I would say it's B tier,
Yeah.
right?
I would say so too. Yeah.
Because BK is the key, I would say, in that setup.
Yeah. I agree.
Maybe do behind or
Yeah. I think behind.
yeah. Okay, Desto. What do we have here? Do we have an S tier again?
I think
Mm,
so. Yeah. I think it's even better than Boomer.
because of the tankiness or
Yeah. Tankiness. Yeah. Basically just tankiness.
mm. But are you more afraid of Desto than Boomer? I usually target the Boomer first.
Um. I mean, I don't. I would say they're pretty equal in terms of how much damage they do.
Yeah,
Who you target first, I doesn't really matter. It's more like, okay, do they have an animal toy? Do they have a
yeah, you're right.
jewel helmet? Stuff like that. I think they both need to be targeted.
So what makes Desto better than Armor? Is it the cloud usage or
Yeah, definitely. Just the more damage
can it shield break with Destos?
with SS. It's usually not going to. People generally don't like. You can shield break with Ice Elemental, but people usually run Gaudy just because his SS
Yeah.
sometimes isn't that good if there's like a tornado or
So
he's much higher than the target.
so in that way, I guess Armor is not that far behind.
Yeah, I would say it's not far behind, but
Mm,
Desto has more HP than Armor. He hits harder. He uses clouds. He
yeah,
even shoots higher than Armor. He can shoot farther.
true. So that's like what puts him on the in the front, I guess.
Yeah,
So you
I think
would put
so.
him here as the god tank.
I think he's the god tank.
Okay.
Yeah. Hopefully he will be nerfed. I mean, he's been the top win rate for many seasons now.
Yeah,
So maybe the devs will realize that.
yeah, it is scary. All right, drone beat. Pretty. Does drone beat have any combination? Like
Well, I would say no. He's kind of just
a solo?
he's good on his own.
Is he good though?
He can be good. That's the thing. Like he can be good, but he's often not.
That's the thing with like acid can be good as well.
Yeah,
What I see in good tanks, they are reliable, like they are consistent, right? Uh,
yeah.
and is drone beat that?
No, he's not very consistent. Yeah,
Unless you hit every shot, but he 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 gets screwed by terrain, right?
yeah, yeah. But I mean, if you can, yeah, he gets screwed by. There's definitely ways that you can try to avoid it, but you basically have to put yourself out in the open.
Yeah,
Like he's not good in tight spaces. Kind of the same as Photon. He
and that
needs to have a lot of clearance to
yeah,
be able to shoot
and that
things.
alone is like you always have that limiting factor with
Yeah,
you. That's yeah. So where would you put him? You have played him more than
I think he's better than a ASAT, but he's probably like
so
I would say
D.
D tier.
Yeah, yeah. The SS is obviously strong, but you need to get it first. Okay, that's looks good. Eraser. I've used him lately as a starter. It's okay, but I mean, I would. It's very squishy. The S1 is kind of weird. Yeah, they nerfed the HP and the SS. They pretty much destroyed him. I would say E tier.
Yep, I agree. I think it's even behind that ESET.
Yeah, that's very sad actually.
Mm.
Okay, Goss. Goss. I mean, you never see Goss as a starter. You
I
when
mean,
you see.
I've seen people use him, but not very. They're
Uh,
generally the newer players that like to use him.
yeah, and when you see him, it's as a drop, but is it good as a drop? Is it a good tank?
I don't think so. I think he's pretty bad.
I would say he's not bad, but he's not like good in any area, right? He's kind
Right.
of
I think like he used to have a game plan where you could go for PG
yeah,
perfect game, but it's like even that I think it's harder to do now because for some reason they changed the way
yeah.
his spines come out. So
It's
he doesn't really have a game plan. To me, he
true.
doesn't seem to have a game plan.
It's like it can do most things, but still not. Other tanks can do it better. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah, he's
only
like versatile, but he doesn't really have any strong point that would you would use him for.
yeah, the only thing I think is good is the SS with the teleportation ability, which
Yeah, it can be good.
which I mean technically it can be bad as well since you can't duel. You can't really you can, but not effective. And the teleportation, if you need to teleport to hide, I mean you're in a bad spot to begin with, I
Yeah,
guess.
agreed.
So where would you put him? Is it too strong for C or?
Too strong for C. I would think he's too weak for C.
I mean, I mean,
I'd
I
put
mean, I
him like
mean,
near
yeah, I
Drumbeat.
mean,
Yeah.
is it too weak for? Should it be C?
No, I don't think so. I think it would be D
I would
at
say,
most.
I would say,
That for me it would be D. But yeah,
I like my Goss, but I can see objectively that he should be here. All right, good old Grub. It's obviously S tier. Okay, but
yeah. But Oof is not here today, so we have more freedom to
yeah.
put him on. But I know you like him too.
I mean, it's not just that I like him. I see a lot of strength. The only weakness I would say Grub has is people standing on edges, where
Yeah,
he can still bounce in walls and still hit them, but that's like I would say he's stronger than he's underrated
yeah, definitely underrated.
because he's kind of tanky, like not very like
Yeah,
decent tanky.
you got it. I think you got an HP buff,
Yeah,
so decently tanky, you know.
he hits. It's the hardest hitting tank in like naked hitting tank in the game.
Yeah, sure.
SS is the strongest in the game. I mean, he has like super potential.
Yeah,
So if we think him in a best combination, like for example Bigfoot or whatever, it is super strong. Honestly,
yeah, that's true.
I would put him A tier. Like I could stand for B strong or A.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, when I face a grub, I'm scared of it. Scared of it.
yeah, that's true. I mean, he's high threat for sure.
Yeah, it's like
He's got
a
the damage. He's also has a very threatening SS.
yeah.
Yeah, but I think there's certain maps where he struggles.
Hmm. But
So I wouldn't put him in A because of that. I would say
really,
it's like limited in some maps. Kind of.
is he though?
Yeah, he is. There's maps that are if they're like thin maps where there's a chance that you'll dig right through and you won't have any
Mm.
you need a hole, but you don't want the hole to go all the way through. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
yeah.
And then there's those gear maps where the land is just very like very what is it, convex?
Hmm.
It's hard to make a hole that the
So the
balls won't bounce
yeah,
out of.
so the only thing is, technically, it's like it's only maps that can screw him. Some maps.
Yeah,
Mm, so I would say, if not A, at least the top dog in B.
yeah. Top dog and B or maybe A. Yeah,
Yeah.
up to you. I would say you could put
If
it in either one.
if I made my subjective list personal, I would put him like here.
Mhm.
But I can agree with
Yeah, sure, put it there then.
it.
Up to you.
We'll see what we get.
Okay.
Okay, ice ball. I mean, it's it's like, yeah, I'm gonna try ice ball now, and you get disappointed every time.
That's exactly how I would feel.
Yeah, I mean
I want him. I want him. I wanted so hard for him to be good, and
yeah,
but
it's just yeah, it's just not reliable.
yeah.
So
I think so. The thing with him is he's very limited in what he can do.
mm-hmm.
He's just like, you try to apply the debuffs, they don't even damage them on the turn that they're applied.
Yeah, that's
You have to wait for their turn.
very weird.
Yeah, and
And you charge Thor with S1 that you don't want to use. You don't want to use S2, right?
you don't want to use S1.
I mean,
He doesn't really go well with Ice Storm either, right?
yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, that's very weird.
And the debuffs doesn't shield, like kill or break shield.
I think his best teammate is Beetle King because
Yeah,
they both have the movement debuff, and you can do some stacking of the debuff to make them unable to shoot.
yeah, sure.
But even that is kind of just like that's the best case scenario, and
Yeah, and if you miss, like, screw up the combination, you're doomed.
yeah,
It can set up PGs, but that's like
you need a ray gun who's also not very good.
yeah, and against good players, they will see that, like. So F tier.
Yeah, F tier. He's definitely in his own tier.
Yeah.
The worst.
All right, ice. Ice. It's a safe choice to use. Tanky, decent damage, decent SS. It's like it works with most, I would say, most combinations.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't put him in A though. B, I would say.
Yeah, he's definitely not an A material, I would say.
Yeah.
So B.
So maybe
Yeah.
like, I would say that he's behind Grub, honestly. He could be in
Yeah.
front as well, but he is reliable. But
Well, I
not
mean, his damage is kind of variable, I would say. That's part where I would say it's not so reliable.
true.
It's hard to deal consistent high damage. If the land is good, usually your first shot will do pretty good damage, but then it like gets weaker and weaker.
Yeah, yeah, a little bit terrain dependent.
Yeah.
Would you put him behind the Adumka?
I don't know. Pretty close.
I'd say Adumka wins more games, I guess, if you would play only Adumka, right? I think so. Right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Ice Storm. I mean, I don't feel Ice Storm has a game plan nowadays.
He actually he recently got buffed. His S2 charge is much faster now. You
Okay.
can kind of play him like double Ice Storm and 2v2 as
Only the shopping
like
cart.
almost the same as a Doomka. Like the damage is very similar.
Okay, I need to. I haven't seen that.
Well, it's only available in 2v2 because you can't have two ice storms in pro
Yeah.
battle.
But okay, he is tanky. Damage is like decent. SS is like kind of good. It's not super good, but kind of good.
Yeah.
Is he? Where? He has like many good points, I guess, but it's.
Yeah, I think he's pretty similar to Ice. They're both like tanky, but not much damage, and their SS is pretty good, but not always good.
But do you see?
Well, no, well, yeah, his SS is more variable than Ice, I think,
Yeah.
because you need to be close to do good damage with it.
Do you see any ice storms like that? I never see it.
Good point. Yeah, he's kind of fallen out of the meta.
But it could be like some tanks like are kind of good, but they just have been forgotten.
Yeah, I think that's probably it. I mean, he's not bad. He's just kind of forgotten.
I would say if people in like the top 100 would start using him, people would follow. I think.
Yeah.
Because. So where would you put him? B tier or?
Yeah, B tier. It's kind of similar to Ice, I think.
Yeah, like forgotten B tier.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
like
He's good, just forgotten. Forgotten B tier.
I need to try it more, I guess. Okay, JD. You have played JD a lot recently, so you know more about it.
I mean, he can be quite strong, but I mean, you can make the same argument for Goss, right? Like they both have the triple hits that's really strong.
Yeah.
But yeah, JD also has the pull. It's not very good though. It's kind of just like the damage is weak. It doesn't dig.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would still put it. I would still say he's E tier.
C tier. Really?
Yeah, I mean, there's cases where he can be pretty good,
But the thing is, his SS is like it looks fun on the
yeah.
paper, but it's pretty useless, right?
Yeah. I mean, his SS, people will see it coming from a mile away, right?
Yeah.
It's not like they're gonna stand by, all of a sudden move next to the ledge so that you can SS them.
And what I'm trying to get at is, if you have a tank with a useless SS, like, is it really D tier? You know what I mean? It's like you play with two abilities.
Bad. His SS is almost pretty much useless. Like I use his S1 way more than SS.
Yeah. So is that a tank good enough? If you know what I mean.
No, he's bad. I think he's E tier.
Yeah. Honestly, I'd say he's worse than these two, or maybe behind in middle.
I think he's better than Eraser. He does more damage than Eraser on average.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
True. It's only the squishy shield types here. Shield type seems to be bad. Oh well. Okay. J-Frog. Very high threat in the front, unless you play it as second.
No, I think you want to play in front.
Yeah, I guess.
Second was a mistake.
I tried to gamble there. So yeah, it's a high threat front that you usually target early. I think, at least I do.
I do. So. I mean, he doesn't charge SS, but he does enough damage to be just good on its own.
Yeah, the SS is, I would say, it's kind of unreliable, since you can land close and he pretty much can't use it. It can be map screwed. But then again,
Uh,
it can also work, have the
I think
advantages.
if you're, it doesn't get. I mean, if you miss a few times, then you're kind of screwed. But
Yeah.
assuming you hit all your shots,
Hmm.
doesn't happen that often where they're like on a pillar or something and
Yeah.
you can't reach them.
I, it's not, I would say he's C tier.
Uh,
It's not good enough
yeah,
for
I think
B.
I could agree with that. Yeah.
It's like it's strong, but it's not like it only does like one thing. It feels like like
Yeah. I mean, well, it can make holes too. It's kind of the setup as well.
yeah,
But who do you? I mean, you'd probably just the strongest team with it is probably Frog Dark Rayon.
yeah,
But then would you use it over BK? I don't know.
probably not because the S you only use him for S1 and S2, I think, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Are there other tanks that it pairs well with? Maybe Grub,
Yeah,
but the double animal type is can be
grub,
sometimes weak to Monko.
yeah, ice ball in theory, but maybe hard.
Yeah, that's what I tried first with Ice Ball
Slam could
because
work actually.
they both deal high damage, but in practice because of the turn order, you have to really think ahead. Like how many turns does it take to kill that guy, and
Yeah,
you need to take into account the fact that Ice Ball only hurts on their turn.
yeah, yeah.
It's
I mean,
very hard to make it work.
I could see Slam be a good pair.
Slam.
High damage frog, and then you have a Slam behind. It's a good hole for Slam with a. It's a good like
I think it
hole
might be too
size.
deep. The hole might be too deep, but
The,
I don't know.
mm,
Like sometimes maybe.
it might be deep, but it's kind of wide, So it like it has room to move with the small
I
thing.
don't know about that. I haven't tried it. Maybe you're right. I don't
I
know.
think. And the good thing is with Slam, it's a machine type as well with frog. If you,
Yeah.
so I would say C, right?
Yeah. See.
Maybe behind Bigfoot even.
Mm.
Okay, Calcedon. It was super popular a while, then it's like fell off for
Yeah.
some reason. I think it's still strong with it hits very hard. It can do most things. S1, S2, it charges quickly, good with clouds. It can get screwed a little bit by tornadoes, maybe maps, but yeah, it's pretty strong. Maybe
Mm.
B tier, or what do you?
Yeah, I think I could agree with that.
Because it can do. It hits very hard. That's what it do. That's what it does.
Yep.
So maybe before Ice Storm, Dark Rayon even.
Yeah, somewhere there. Yeah, not much to add. I think it's just with the NATO, he can kind of get screwed, but if there's no NATO, it's really good.
Yeah,
He's super good if there's Thor Cloud or Lightning Cloud.
yeah. One of few that can like almost one shot with swords.
Yeah. Yeah, like on the Twin Thor maps,
Yeah, and
you
also
gotta kill the Cal ASAP.
yeah, and also the maps with a laser, like the ground laser, it can be pretty good.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. I don't think about that much because I don't play Cal very much. But
Yeah.
you're right.
So in
He
that
can he can do he can pretty much one shot people through the ground with the
yeah,
ground link.
so in that way he probably could be a frontliner here, or maybe here, maybe before ice
Just
even.
because of that. Okay.
It has potential.
Yeah.
All right, Keras.
Hmm.
um, Keras is strange, right? Like, do you want him as starter or drop?
Oh yeah, that's a good. So he's quite popular these days as drop.
Yeah,
We played him together right recently, and
yeah,
this drop he's kind of just easy to use as drop. He's much
yeah,
harder to use as starter.
yeah.
Yeah.
The good thing as a starter is he will most likely get SS if depends on what he plays with paired up with. But um, I would say he gets SS quite easily most of the times, right?
It's just he's countered by the ground, either boomer or ground targeting tanks.
Yeah,
But if there isn't one on the enemy's team, then he's really good.
yeah,
Like like almost
too good.
too good, like OP.
Yeah, yeah,
If they both have things that can only hit you from the front, Karis is just
yeah, yeah. So
it's crazy good.
in that way, that potential alone is like puts him kind of high, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
What can
And the
screw?
fact that he's quite good in the drop position too.
Yeah, what can screw him is maybe some terrain.
Right, yeah.
It's kind of difficult to like hit hit perfect with him, I guess.
Yeah. If you're not good with him and you miss a few shots, then
Yeah,
it just gets harder and harder for.
yeah. So where would you put him?
I think at least B tier, but
Mm,
maybe even A tier.
it could be A, honestly, with the potential he has. But it feels. Hmm, yeah, I don't know. Kind of hard one.
Yeah, definitely a hard one.
His SS is strong, but it's also random, sort of.
Yeah. It's
Uh,
just random like he's just a very high
yeah,
variance tank in
yeah.
general.
So maybe that
He's really good sometimes, really bad other times.
yeah. So maybe that doesn't put him in A. I mean, for that reason, maybe.
Right, yeah.
Right? Maybe
Yeah,
top dog in B.
sure.
Okay. Lancer, the noob tank. um, Lancer can hit hard, but that's about it, right?
Yeah, he's pretty bad.
I mean, why would you use him before
Why would
Rocken
you?
or Desto or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, he can charge kind of easy. You don't have to aim, but
Mhm.
uh, that's about it, right?
Yep. He can be pretty good with laser. Not with laser, with lightning cloud.
Yeah,
But yeah, other than that, he's pretty bad.
and
His
of course,
SS is pretty bad. Like it gets screwed so much
yeah, SS
in many
looks
situations.
fun, but I mean, you can just land close or yeah,
Yeah,
terrain
you
and so
land
on.
close, you land right behind the NATO.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
So is it E or D?
Uh, I would put him in.
Is it worse than drone beat and gas?
He's pretty bad as well.
He could be E,
Yeah, I'd
honestly.
say he's worse than Drone Beat. I think
He could be E
he could be E. Yeah.
because he hit Acid hits pretty much just as hard as him. I would say Acid has better
Oh no,
SS.
Acid definitely hits harder than him. If as long as Acid doesn't get blocked, Acid hits very hard.
Yeah, and Acid has
Yeah.
probably scarier SS than him.
Yeah,
I would say
I
he's
agree.
maybe like here or here even.
Yep,
Yeah, first
maybe
machine
in
type.
front of JD. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Or do you think Jade is?
I think
You
like the
praised
the
Jade.
bad tiers, the low tiers, there's a lot of variance. I think with
Yeah,
with how good each one of them are. It's like harder to judge A tier and B tier, like who's better, who's worse. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think yeah, pretty close there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Lightning. Oops. God tier tank.
Was
Um,
it? I don't remember. He put lightning god
he's
tier.
yeah he pretty much. I mean, lightning is very strong and popular now.
Yeah.
I mean, for good reasons. It does everything
Yep.
that Gus do, but
Versatile,
but yeah,
tanky, shield breaks, makes holes.
yeah, yeah. It's annoying.
SS can be super strong.
Yeah, I would say A tier.
Yeah, definitely A tier.
Maybe like behind BK or in front.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's hard to say with
the, the,
these A tiers and B tiers
the, th-
whether
the thing
something
is,
is slightly better or slightly worse.
yeah,
But
the thing is,
I would just
lighting is like is it's just there to be annoying. It's not like, oh shit, I'm super afraid of it, like
yeah,
a rockin' or something, right? It's
yeah.
just good at be there and annoy and do.
It's yeah, very annoying.
Yeah, it's like a workhorse. Um, but for
Yeah.
me, BK is more scary than lightning.
Mm.
Don't you agree?
Uh, Depending on who I'm playing, yes. If BK is somebody who can trap me, then definitely more scary. But
Yeah, I would say he's behind BK.
yeah, okay. For that reason,
For
yeah.
that alone, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, mage.
Never really scared of lightning, but he's just annoying. He's hard to deal with too sometimes.
Yeah. Okay, mage. Mage is like Ice Storm. It's forgotten, but then again, it's never been popular. I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know about
Mhm.
mage. It's like versatile, but it's not best. It's not best at anything.
Right.
Where would you? When would you choose mage? Like,
I like playing mage. I think he's quite fun to play when you go for the S2 rotation.
yeah, it is fun and it
Uh,
is reliable, but it's not like
yeah, he's not super strong in any particular.
yeah,
I mean, he does a lot of damage with clouds just because he's also a four hitter.
true.
So,
Works with clouds,
but I
reliable.
think his NATO when there's a NATO and it screws up your S2, he's much worse.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
the SS is one of the strongest in the game if you actually hit, but it can get very screwed by terrain. It can bunch, sort of.
yeah, sort of.
So maybe C tier or even B. No, C tier maybe.
Yeah, C, I would say.
Top
He's
C,
yeah,
because it can work alone. Like mage can be good alone, I think.
definitely.
Yeah. Okay, Malite. Definitely a drop tank,
He
right?
can be used starter, but you're gonna have a hard time with against BK.
Yeah. I mean, Malite is squishy, but it hits very hard. You get SS, kind of easy.
Yeah,
You only, it's only the SS. That's the only reason people use him, right? For the SS drop
yeah.
threat. But is that a good reason to put him high?
Not really. I think he gets there's a lot of ways to play around him, like shot blocking him or just
Yeah,
standing beside him when he SS.
yeah.
or standing on a pixel if there's a pixel somewhere.
Yeah,
It doesn't do much.
true. He was very much more popular before,
Yeah.
but
I
they
think
haven't really changed him, have they?
they nerfed his damage slightly, I think. His S2 doesn't deal quite as much as before.
They increased the range though,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah. But what we're maybe D tier.
Oh, I mean, he feels more threatening than Goss.
Yeah, yeah.
This is your standard for judging something, right?
It's true. It's true. It's true. I mean, I
He's
honestly,
very threatening.
I've lost
You
many
gotta-
games against Malite SS. Honestly.
yeah, exactly. If you forget about him, he's gonna
Mm,
ruin your day. But if you kind of preemptively play,
it's true.
save your dig item and everything, you can hopefully make him
I think
much worse.
I think you want to kill one of them quickly, so you land after them your drop.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So maybe C tier then.
Yep.
Like is it before Frog?
Probably.
I think so, right? Maybe like here. Yeah, that looks good.
Yep.
Okay, Knack, my god tier tank.
Yeah, got you.
I can honestly see him as S tier, and the reason is he hits like a truck most of the times, except S1.
This one hits like a wet noodle.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What makes him so unique is, of course, he hits through walls or like terrain.
Mm.
He can bounce. He can shoot from underneath. Like he can hide. I mean, he's reliable as hell.
Right, yeah.
But
Very
yes,
reliable.
his S1 is, yes, it's not the best, but you only use it when you like have to.
Yeah, only when you need to like get SS, I think.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can never go wrong with Knack.
Right.
But
Well,
you,
I mean, your tier list. You can put him in S if you want.
it's our tier list. You have to. Where would you put him then?
I think he's kind of similar to Armor, and the fact that they're both very reliable, and
Mm-hmm.
they're not like super good in one particular thing, but they can do a lot of things well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Um, I mean,
I mean, his SS it shoots through walls, but it's not like a one hit kill in any by any means.
yeah.
It's,
If you can compare him to Arrow, like they can both shoot through walls, but I feel like Knack can do more than Arrow before that, right? Or like
oh
apart
yeah,
from that.
he's more versatile than Arrow for
Yeah.
sure.
So an Arrow gets more cock blocked by the totems, I think. like
By totems?
like if you assess if you want a shotgun or not.
Oh, if there's a totem in the way, yeah,
And
okay,
from distance you it's hard to hit like all shots.
right.
So in that way, Knack is more safe.
Oh, okay, I see.
Probably
But
even
I mean, up close, Arrow's more threatening, right?
yeah. Mm,
But then again, I mean, the neck will deal more damage to you up close if with S2.
yeah, yeah,
300 damage with
yeah.
if you're standing on a
Not many
pixel.
tanks can do that. I think.
Yeah.
I would say if not top A, or if not S, at least top A.
Okay, well, wherever you want. So,
I would put him here,
Yeah,
There are.
I think there's a lot less gap actually in like in terms of the top tanks.
Yeah,
It feels like they can all beat each other on any given day.
yeah, definitely. Depends on map, items, so on,
Yeah. Yep.
and avatars. Yeah. All right, Octar.
Oh, this is my least favorite tank.
Yeah, I mean, I never see Octar. I never play Octar. I don't know. I feel it's just too random. Weak
Mhm.
damage, kind of one-dimensional. The only thing that's good
Yeah,
is SS, I would say.
yeah, he's just very annoying. Like
Yeah.
yeah, even playing him, it feels really bad to play him, I think.
Even if you put the debuffs on, it's not like you know it's gonna work. So it's like it's not reliable.
Exactly. Yeah, it's,
So maybe I would say,
but I mean, he can be good. It's just yeah.
yeah. I mean, the debuffs in theory, if they work, it's like you can save a whole turn
Mm,
from that, which is like super strong, I guess. Because most games are about turns, right? Who is like who has the turn advantage, sort of.
mhm.
So yeah, maybe D tier.
Um, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Because I
I
mean,
mean, I think I'm just biased. I think like he can be super good, and I really hate him when he makes me miss.
maybe I haven't seen him that much to like, I don't know.
Just recently, I was playing a team with Desto and Karis, two people that can't really shoot low,
Yeah.
and I was having a terrible time against Octo. It's
So
just so hard to kill.
and
But apart from that, I think he's
but
not that difficult to deal with.
and in those games, did it make a difference, like in the outcome? Like,
Yeah.
did you lose because of the debuffs?
I think I didn't miss any shots, but
Yeah.
I still ended up losing just because
Mm.
I didn't hit good shots. Like
The thing
even
is,
Karis doesn't.
uh,
If Karis doesn't have the best accuracy, you're not going to deal that much damage.
yeah. But
Same with Dust. Like
even if you
if
like,
you,
even if you miss a shot, it's not like Octor's damage is good anyway. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah, but
It's
it
like
comes down to SS. Like his game plan is to stall the game until he can get his SS.
yeah, which
He's not killing people through S1 and over again.
yeah,
That's
the SS is good, but the area is kind of wide, so you can still damage yourself. It's kind of
mm, sure, but I mean,
it depends.
it's still a pretty good SS.
So would you put him
He's
before
basically
that?
losing the game. If he manages to get SS, he can kind of make up the fact that his damage is bad. He makes
Mm,
it up when he gets to use his SS.
yeah. So would you put him in even in C tier or
No, I think objectively he's probably D tier, but
maybe top D then?
yeah, he's just very annoying. I feel like he's better than he is because
Yeah,
he's so annoying.
it has potential, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, Phoenix, the previous god.
The old god.
Yeah, I mean,
Everybody's been a god.
for
So the
me,
god is.
for me, it's still kind of a demigod. Like, I
Yeah.
the SS wins games, right? It wins games.
Yeah. Yep.
So, what can he do that Boomer can't? I mean,
Then
what can't he do that Boomer
his
can't?
damage is much worse, I'd say, than Boomer. I mean, pre SS.
Yeah, not that
His
much, right?
SS is probably similar in terms of how threatening it is because he can just put you in a hole with it,
Yeah.
and you can't.
Would
Yeah.
you? It can be a little bit wind screwed, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I feel like the good players like never get affected by that.
I think it's more that if you're playing, if you're like, if you're really paying attention to the wind, you can make his life more difficult, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
For me, I
It's not like the good players can avoid it. It's like it's not like good Phoenix players can avoid being screwed by the wind. It's more that the good players can play around Phoenix better.
hmm where would you put him?
I would put him in A tier.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
good still, but not not as
Maybe
good as he once was.
before armor,
Probably after armor. So.
like before arrow. I was maybe here.
Yeah, something like yeah, maybe there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty strong. Okay, photon. Uh,
Mm.
mm, big damage in small package, I guess.
Yeah,
But
that's very true.
also squishy, also terrain dependent.
Rain dependent. I don't.
Terrain.
Okay. If you mean like he can hide behind terrain, yeah, I guess so. But I wouldn't say he's.
Yeah, he can hide, but he can also get screwed by terrain.
Can he get screwed by terrain? I guess so. Yeah. But yeah. Okay.
Like it goes both ways, I think.
Right. Yeah. That's the thing. Like if you hide, you end up not being able to hit anybody at the end.
Yeah,
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 I've definitely had those games happen where I'm like, oh yeah, I get to hide with photon, and then in the end, it was just a photon left, and I can't hit anybody. They killed all my
yeah.
teammates.
I mean,
Yeah,
I would say it's slightly underrated.
yeah, definitely underrated.
So maybe I could put him in C,
Uh,
like
let's be and see.
low C.
I could see that. Yeah, I mean,
or
yeah,
or D, or D
he
feels
feels strong. He feels stronger than
drumbeat
Gauss
and Gas.
or
Yeah.
Drumbeat or Octar. Yeah, you're right.
So here, yeah, Plas. Secretly strong, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think he's a secret anymore. People, you've been using him for
It's true.
quite a bit.
Maybe Plas feels kind of weird. It's like it does a lot of things that lightning can do. Maybe
Yeah,
holes, shield breaks, good damage. Probably more
yeah.
reliable SS than lightning.
Yeah, definitely more reliable SS.
Yeah, kind of slightly less tanky, but still decent. Hmm.
Right. He's got the unique shooting point. He can also hide behind a rock or something.
True, true. That makes him kind of strong, actually.
Yeah, he's definitely quite strong.
I would say B plus or A. Probably B plus.
Yeah, I would say B. Yeah.
Maybe around the Grub Keras.
Yep.
Maybe like I would put him behind Grub, honestly.
Sure.
Yeah, I think so. Because of he can be slightly. It's not super reliable with the terrain. I think sometimes, like
Mm,
how the
but
shots
he doesn't
fall.
need setup, right? Like Grub needs the setup.
Not not always. I mean, you can get screwed by the terrain, right? Like depending on how you
Can you?
stand.
I don't think so. It is just like he's really good if they're on a corner, but I don't think you get screwed.
Mm,
Oh, if you mean like he has a hard time because he's ground targeting,
Yeah, something
that
like that.
could be the case, yeah. But I mean, he has his S2 that you can hit, you don't have to hit the target if you can make the
Yeah,
S2 bounce right.
yeah, yeah. I mean, they're kind of similar, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One bounces in the air, one bounces in the ground.
yeah, yeah. That would be a good, nice mechanism, like shoot through balls in the ground, like a new tank. Like a grub, but through the ground.
Yeah, tell your girlfriend.
It's the new abomination. All right, Rayon, the twin brother.
Mm, the forgotten child. Forgotten first child.
The redhead
The red.
twin. Um, I mean, honestly, I like Rayon. Obviously, it doesn't have shield break, but it has other good points. I would say with a smaller. I mean the longer walk, not longer, but the
Yeah. It's
second.
longer in the overall
Yeah,
duration,
the
the total
overall
duration.
walk is better,
Yeah.
safer.
But if you're letting it walk into somebody, it's pretty weak. Right?
Hmm.
It's not your ideal. You want to like walk into the middle, and then
Yeah,
it deals pretty good damage. And then
I
if
mean,
you, if
yeah,
you hit
but
them in the
the
core,
walk can help in some terrain, like if the land is with
yeah.
thinner,
I think it only deals like 200 damage if or even less than 200 if it walks into the guy.
Yeah, I would say C tier,
Mhm.
maybe D.
I think you made an argument that's not 2 tiers below
Yeah,
regular.
I did. Because it can
I
do.
actually
I
think
mean,
it might be. It might be. I think the shield break is quite a big difference actually.
mm,
When you're playing against BK Dark Rayon, you can't use your shield, right?
the thing
Uh,
is, the thing is, yeah,
whereas if you're playing against BK regular Rayon, ugh, just shield. You
but
get put on hold, just shield. It's okay.
is the shield break worth 2 tiers? Like,
I think so. Also, his SS is really bad, right?
it
It's
depends. It depends.
it's very rarely is it good.
It's
It's
true.
it's usually very bad.
I could agree with the D tier now when I see it, the list like how it is. Um,
It's a D tier.
Maybe in front of Octor. If
In
you
front
think
of
about the
Octo.
setup, like BK
Okay.
Rayan can still work, or even Lightning Rayan,
Okay.
because Lightning handles the shield break, I guess.
Sure. Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
Rayan once kind of a king.
Uh-huh.
Now it's
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah. It's dropped them farthest of anybody. I'd say.
Yeah, definitely. Unless you're like Oracle, but
Yeah.
I would say D tier.
Uh, I
It's
mean, yeah. If you're Oracle, then yeah. If you're anybody else, it's
but, but
yeah,
but
D
but
tier at least,
but really,
or D tier at best. If you're anybody
yeah, at
else.
best, yeah. But you can't put him here with a JD and Eraser command. It's not that bad, is it?
I mean, JD does more damage than Raygun, I would say. So does ASAP, but
The thing,
yeah, I mean,
at least
his
Raygun
SS is kind of bad if you're really close. It's very bad.
it can shoot through walls, so that's like a one of few.
Yeah.
Mm,
Okay. I could see it being D tier. Yeah, it's not as bad as
maybe
E tier.
maybe behind here.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're kind to Reagan, I guess. This is Oracle Reagan here.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, Rocken. Always safe.
Uh,
But also,
yeah, he's like he's threatening. Yeah,
I feel like Rocken has fallen off a little bit.
yeah, he's definitely fallen off. I feel like with the S breaks, he's fallen off a lot by the S breaks.
Yeah,
And you know those maps where they're in pro battle you have a -1 and a -3.
yeah.
That's just that just makes rocking like useless.
Mm, it's true. I mean, it's still like a good. It's a still high threat though.
Yeah, but he ends up doing not much damage. If you manage to kill him before SS,
Mm,
he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't deal that much damage. And if if your aim isn't really good,
yeah.
you're only dealing like 100 something per hit.
Could we even place him in B tier?
I think he could be in B tier. Yeah.
Maybe like the front runner B around here.
Mm,
Would you put
maybe
him
not even.
where?
I mean,
He's
he's good if the opponents can't hit you. Like if their aim is bad. Oh yeah, Rockin is awesome.
yeah.
If an ignored Rockin is basically the king.
Hmm.
He just kills everybody. He doesn't care if you have shield. He just yeah. But
With
if you're up against a competent opponents, they know how to hit you, and or they know they
wi-
can just save you for best break at the end.
in the right conditions without S break and like and so good avatars. I mean, he's probably A tier.
Yeah, without S break, he's A tier, sure. With S break,
So maybe more reliable than Keras probably.
uh,
I mean, you can you don't have to look to aim.
nah, but I don't know. I don't think he's that good, to be honest.
Really?
I think if I'm like playing against Rockin, I'm not like I know I need to hit him, but I
Yeah.
also know that I can probably take care of him before he gets to us.
True. You know what it's gonna do. Like you know
Yeah.
yeah, you can plan your turns, I guess.
Yeah.
So maybe like pair,
Yep.
or
Sure.
or is it better than class?
Might not even be better than Plaz. Yeah, maybe there. Yeah.
It feels weird because Rockin has always been the king, like
Yeah.
or like sort of king. All right, slam. Super glass cannon or super high threat, but maps can screw him really hard.
Yeah.
So that alone, I think, is almost like S8.
I don't think he's that
Yeah,
bad. I
not E
think
tier, but
if you play him with a hole maker,
y-
he's not as bad as you think.
yeah, it's not E tier, but it works like S8. Like D, I would say
I
D
don't,
tier then.
I wouldn't even no. I would say he's even C tier.
Come
I
on.
I, I kind of like him.
Um,
He's got huge damage.
that's true. He can like
Like pair him with lightning or pair him with Plaz, and he can get the clouds. He got 4 hit.
true.
And his S2 just by itself does like 260, right? 270
Yeah,
even.
yeah.
If you hit
He's one of few that can one shot with SS as well.
exactly. Yeah. I,
Okay,
I I don't think he's D tier. I think he's C tier.
okay, I can see that. Maybe in front of Malite or behind Malite.
Yeah, somewhere
Maybe
there.
like yeah, I can see that. Okay, Trico, the
Hey.
demigod.
demigod.
Trick is kind of weird though. Like it can work alone, but still it can't.
Mm.
It can be a drop. Probably should be a starter.
I don't think people use them as drop though.
Some do, like just for the damage, I think.
Really? Okay.
But not very often, I guess.
Yeah, his SS was nerfed a few.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't deal that good damage anymore.
It can be map screwed sometimes.
Yep.
Even the SS, of course. It's still strong. Though. It hits like a truck. It's tanky. I mean, that's what you need. You need tankiness and you need damage.
Yeah.
If you think it like that, it can. It's kind of A tier, but I can't see him around knack or armor though.
Yeah, probably lower than those guys.
Yeah, maybe even behind BK. Would you put him in A?
Yeah, I would put him in A, but maybe low A.
Like maybe. Is it before lightning? Probably.
I think so. I mean,
like here.
Feels like Trico is better than lightning.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Okay,
Just by feeling, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a safe. Trico is safe. Like.
Yeah.
Okay. Turtle. I hate turtle actually.
You hate turtle?
I mean, not to play him, but
yeah, you always want to put him in the tank.
Yeah. Yeah. I hate to play against him.
Oh, okay.
It feels like they always hit with turtle.
No, his damage is great. On the airship map, it's like super good if you can get multiple clouds. Like,
it hits very hard actually.
I think, yeah, that's probably his best map is the airship map with a bunch of fist clouds.
Turtle is kind of weird. It's kind of good on many things, but also has a lot of weaknesses. Feels like.
Right.
So I don't know. I would say B.
Sometimes if you just dig him enough, he ends up having to use S1.
Yeah.
Or if he if it's a map where he spawns, like sometimes the second player will spawn like underneath.
Yeah.
Under a ceiling. Yeah, the turtle just sucks in those situations.
Yeah. But apart from that, it's kind of safe, right? With the damage and.
Yeah, it's high damage, but I wouldn't say it's safe. I think it's.
Is it B? I would say B tier almost.
Yeah, I think B tier. Yeah.
Maybe around Ice Storm, Dark Rayon, sort of.
Yep.
Would you say? I would say it's before Ice Storm. Maybe
Sure.
Dark Rayon. Yeah. I mean, the honest Dark Rayon is only there because of the S2 holes. Nothing else.
Yeah. Yep.
It can't do anything else. All right.
Yep. It's a one trick pony, but I mean it's pretty good.
It is. Okay, Wolf.
Last
underrated.
Boy. Underrated or overrated? I've seen quite a lot of people use it actually in pro battle. They seem to.
And does it work?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it is, right?
I mean, I think if you.
You don't want to leave a wolf.
If you kind of play around him, like you make sure he drops before your drop, and then you can kind of avoid him, right?
Yeah. If you use him as drop, that is.
Yeah, I think most people are using him as drop.
Yeah, it's like an arrow style.
Yeah. I think he kind of replaced Ice Storm as the. Just really kind of tanky, but it gets in your face and SS you. Massive damage.
In that sense, he could work. he's kind of versatile, and he could be a starter. He could be a second turn, also drop. Technically, it could be
I
everything.
mean, yeah, but as
Not,
a starter, you really need you really need to pair him with like a Rockin or something like that.
yeah,
Because if he gets focused and he dies before he gets charged
yeah,
up, then
and
yeah,
then if we imagine best setups like Rockin, Wolf Rockin, it's very threatening.
yeah.
I would say,
You kind of want to use him as Vega if you have him as a starter with
yeah,
Rockin, because
I,
the Rockin's gonna be taking the damage.
yeah, I would say B tier.
B tier?
I mean, B
Oh,
tier
that's
is.
pretty high.
I mean, come on, he's not worse than Mage or Bigfoot.
Uh,
Okay, maybe. He's not C tier. Come on.
I think she is.
Really?
Yeah, I
He's
think
pretty
so.
tanky. He's pretty hits hard, tanky.
Well, is he that tanky? I mean, if the Vega version's definitely not that tanky.
He starts with
He's got the same.
600
He has the
CP.
same HP as Armor and Turtle.
That's pretty tanky.
Is it tanky?
I mean,
I
okay,
mean, it doesn't. He doesn't die in 3 hits. That's for sure. But
I could agree on C, but top C maybe.
obviously. Okay, I guess you could put it. You could make an argument that he's B. He's because of the HP.
I think the HP, and also if you pair him with like Rockin or something, that I mean you if he charges up, he hits fucking hard,
Yeah, that's for
right?
sure.
In
His
that
SS
sense,
also
he
one
is
of.
a
I
threat.
mean, you could say his SS is one of the strongest in the game, right?
Yeah,
If he's
SS.
right next to you, that like he one hits a good portion of the.
Oh shit! What the hell? What the hell happened? Oh, did you see that?
Okay, good. We didn't lose anything.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and also technically he could shield break, not.
Yep.
But then again, you have to choose S2 or S1. That's kind of weird.
Oh yeah. Oh, you mean his S2? Yeah. Okay.
That's kind of
The
weird.
the the, the shield break is very weak though. It's not.
Yeah,
It's like a 50 damage or something.
yeah, yeah. True. His SS could also be kind of weak sometimes when it spreads in the beginning.
Yeah.
Mm,
It depends if you're like if you spawn in the middle of the map, it's generally okay, but you also sometimes want to get risky shots so you can get your SS right away.
yeah.
So shots is pretty weak.
His S1 is also like it can bend, like it can hit weird positions, but it can also get screwed by totems and
Oh yeah,
stuff.
this one
So
gets screwed a lot.
it's good and bad. I don't know. It's a hard one. Either top C or like B in the back.
Yeah.
But if I look at like Ice, Turtle, Ice Storm, do they bring more than Wolf?
Good question. Yeah, they're pretty similar. I mean, it feels like they're similar to
Yeah,
me. Yeah.
like tanky
But
animals.
but but maybe that's just like a feeling. I don't really know in terms of how good he is.
Yeah,
Uh,
I would
we
say.
don't. We're kind of like grouping like kind of the similar feeling guys together, you know.
Yeah,
Even whether or not they're better or worse, they just feel
the
similar.
thing is, I think Wolf is just slightly underrated, maybe underused to it's just not been. I mean, for example, Ice is used a lot.
Not in the top tiers. He's popular in the low.
Yeah,
Sorry, the lower leagues, but in the top leagues, he's
yeah,
pretty
but
common.
I mean, people could use Wolf similar to Ice, sort of, and or Turtle.
Not no, they Wolf and Ice are completely different. I think
Different.
one of them is like tanky and kind of digs and stuff, Wolf is
I mean,
like
okay, maybe not.
pure damage, right?
Yeah, okay, maybe
But
not.
it takes a long time to get online.
Yeah, okay, maybe not use them in the same way, but in the same like category, if you know what I mean, like
I don't know
same
about
threat.
that.
So where would you put Wolf then, if you had to?
I would say like high C tier.
I can see that maybe like here.
Yep.
I would say there.
Mhm.
It feels kind of weird because Bigfoot is kind of popular, but Wolf can work alone. That's the thing.
Really? Oh, you mean as a drop?
No, but like Wolf doesn't. It's like Mage. He can do things on its own. You know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I mean, I think he's a lot better when you pair him with a rock and then
Of
with
course, that's
I don't know, like
he's
a
good
frog or
alone. But I mean, it's a strong point to be good alone. That's my thing. Like, if you end up alone, you can still like you don't have to rely on
oh, I see.
anything. You know.
Mm.
For example, like Dark Ray, and if he ends up alone without any holes or whatever, he's pretty shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
right?
But how does that happen though?
I mean,
If you're not using him with a hole maker, then
yeah,
because BK doesn't die, you know, he's not going to die before he gets two holes off, right?
true. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe that was a. But I mean, some tanks are just good alone. Like, for example, armor it can work alone, etc. You know what I mean? Like, Wolf
Yeah,
is
but I mean, I think we still have to consider like how they're usually used.
yeah. And
And
how is
yeah.
Wolf used? Is it a drop? I guess.
I would say he's in terms of popularity, he's more common as a drop than as a
Yeah,
starter.
true.
With the Coroni, and they just they use his super strong SS.
It's kind of scary actually.
Yeah, if you if you can like 1v1 with SS, there's very few that can take him.
Yeah, that alone could put him in B almost.
Mm, uh,
I mean,
uh,
we have Turtle there.
yeah, turtles.
Maybe Turtle shouldn't be there.
But didn't you say you hate turtle?
Yeah, but now when we like think about it, maybe it's just it's not good, as good as I think. Or you think?
I think the higher tiers are pretty close. It's like
Yeah,
A and B. You could almost say they're pretty close, and
true.
B and C they're pretty close.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think
right.
it's like when you get to the lower tiers, then you start really noticing, okay, this guy's really bad.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
really bad.
yeah,
Rayon is really okay. You don't think he's that bad, but I think his SS really sucks.
yeah. Would we feel weird to put Rayan next to Wolf, for example?
Yeah, I would definitely feel weird putting Rayon next to Wolf.
So, does it look good, or would you change anything?
Well, I think it looks pretty good.
It does, right? I could see
Yeah,
this as a.
it's really better than the tier list we made for last time. I think.
Yeah. So
I think
this.
Drone Beat was too low last time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I think I'm getting too attached to Drone Beat, but
Yeah.
feels like he's quite strong sometimes.
Yeah. It is. I mean, if you played all the tanks like just as much as, like, for example, I haven't played Lancer or Jade or whatever. If you mained every tank, you know, in theory, you could probably see some things
Yep,
differently, I guess.
it's pretty good.
Yeah, this is the official tier list.
All right, official for March 2022.
Yeah. All right. So thanks for watching, everyone. Comment, subscribe, comment, whatever. Yeah, and let's see what input people have.
All right,
Thanks for watching.
thanks for having me.
Yeah.